We're having a beer after, then.
Yeah.
My mum's coming down tonight.
Is she coming down when we're still here, though?
Yeah.
I'm not having a beer with your mum.
You literally were saying you were excited.
Ah! Yeah, I'll have lunch with her. I think beer's a bit uncouth, to be honest with you.
Do you mean?
Welcome back, episode number 54 of Learning the Hard Way, and this week we are a videographer down. So what can you expect? It's a bit more vlogging content from me than you're probably used to, but we'll see if we can make a vlog that's just as good. We're going to take you over to our Farnham site, and also we've got some pretty exciting Chelsea Flower Show updates for you, so stay tuned. It is a really beautiful morning, and I'm going to hope today's vlogging comes out okay, because I'm amazed it's actually lasted so long, but I've lost my little microphone. I cannot find it anywhere, so it's a small Bluetooth one that clips onto the camera to make sure that we've got half decent audio, but I'm hoping the camera's built-in microphone is good enough. It says online it should be. So yeah, let's hope this comes out okay. It's the beginning of another week in February. There's a nice hard frost on the ground and yeah, a really beautiful low winter sun. It's yeah, feels very tranquil this morning, which is quite nice for a Monday. I haven't been bothered by any of the guys. My phone has largely remained completely silent, and I am heading over first thing to Berry Hill to go and have a look at our grab truck. The truck at the moment is not running as a grab, and it's not running under Grab Trucks Limited. We are still having an absolute, well, I say it's a nightmare, it's not a nightmare, it's sort of standard procedure by the sounds of it, but yeah, we haven't got our operator's license yet, so we haven't gone into what would be a very complicated intercompany relationship between us and Berry Hill and sending each other certain amounts of money at certain times to cover certain bills, and it's just not going to be commercially viable. So we need the truck moving, and we had the driver lined up. Berry Hill need the truck, they need the haulage, they are really busy and they've got a heavy dependence on external hauliers. So they're going to be running the truck in-house. So they're going to be taking our driver and our truck, putting it on the road. It's great for its marketing. Those wheels need to be turning to make sure the truck doesn't break. And it's largely going to just be running haulage for them. So their soil deliveries and their sand deliveries and sort of raw material deliveries, etc., coming in and out of them, that's what our truck is going to be doing. So I'm just going over to make sure the driver's happy with everything, fully understands the situation. I've got the mirror guards in the back which we can put on the truck before it hits the road, and yeah, that's how my week's starting. So I'll catch up with you at Berry Hill and then we'll go from there. We're heading back over to one of our immaculately maintained maintenance sites now. We're going to go and see Jay, who has been hacking back a laurel to give our clients their view back.
This garden is the one that about 4 or 5 months ago I came in and stripped a lot of the garden away. So you'll remember that we stripped it out and introduced a new structure to the garden, which I have to admit is still looking unbelievably tidy, almost like I finished it yesterday, but I didn't. So next will be putting some perennial colour in, which will look really wicked. But today I'm actually going to have a little poke at this laurel hedge here. It's actually quite imposing and makes this side of the garden feel a bit kind of overpowering, very, very dark. So to counter that, what I'm going to do is just take about 1 foot off of the top of this laurel. It's not a huge amount, but it's just enough to increase the amount of sky that can be seen and make it feel that little bit less imposing from this side. We still want it to feel like a private space, and so what I don't want to do is expose the roof of the village hall, which is on the other side of the road. So whilst I'm cutting, I will keep that in my mind, and I'll keep those lines in my head so that I don't overdo it. Although it's not a big hedge, I have a funny suspicion that because it's been cut to the same height for a long time, as I go a little bit further into it, there's going to be some quite thick stuff in there, which I'm probably going to have to do by hand. So I'll try and do as much as I can with the machine to make it quick, but to do it right, if I have to do it by hand, then I'll do it by hand.
So here we are. Doesn't it look great? And it's going to be great to see it. It's hopefully going out on the road today, so it's going to be running some sand for Berry Hill. So as you know, they blend, well, if you didn't know, you do now. So they do soil blends. They create and manufacture their soils, which is why they're so good, because they can control everything that needs to be controlled with soil. So this is going to be heading out and doing some running in sand for them. So going to a quarry, picking up the materials they need, getting it on the roads, getting the driver used to it. So Neil, our driver, is making a start. So all of his paperwork is now in order. He's just got to do the induction with Berry Hill. So I'm going to leave him and them to it, jump back in the car, and then if you followed these vlogs for a while, you will know the nightmares that we have had with accountants over the last, well, a few years really, and how, you know, the situations that they've sort of helped us, let us get into, and how nearly sort of, well, how detrimental and how nearly catastrophic it's been. I, at midday, have got meetings with new accountants, which I've got to be totally honest, I'm completely dreading. I really don't want to do it, and I don't want to go. I'm just so uninterested. My faith in that profession and that industry needs some pretty serious restoring, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what's making me feel a bit on edge at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to get out with the dogs now, make sure they're all happy and sorted, and then I can leave them at home while I go and sit through what is going to be, yeah, probably quite an uncomfortable meeting. But you know, I'm being open-minded. They seem very positive. They really want to work with us, as they all seem to do. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, there it is. Make you smile on a Monday morning. We have made it halfway through the week, and well, so far so good. Projects are running very well. We've hit the snagging phase at our Godalming job, so it's going to feel fantastic to see, well, it's going to be a shame to leave the site, but fantastic to see the back of it and see everything and everybody's hard work really coming together. We are getting ready to mobilise onto new projects. We are wrapping up a couple of smaller projects, and we're also on second and third phases of projects that we did last year, which are just extra bits of work the client's commissions to bolt onto the back of the work we completed. So I'll be sharing those with you. There'll be some familiar sites if you followed the vlogs for a while. And yeah, Hardwood is all running well. When you're a small company, recruitment is certainly a bit of a stress all the time, and it just takes up a huge amount of sort of labour, resource, back end, and just headspace. I find recruitment and HR incredibly, I don't know if I'm very good at it, and I find it pretty overwhelming a lot of the time. Luckily, the significant majority of all of our recruitment has been delegated to Matt and Jay. So we spoke about Matt interviewing some new staff this week. One of them, unfortunately, not unfortunately, good for him, but has decided to continue working for himself. And then the other one actually wants to be more involved in the maintenance side of the company than the build side. And we haven't at the moment got enough maintenance, we haven't scaled the maintenance to justify another skilled horticulturalist. So we'll see what we can do. It'd be a shame to lose him because, yeah, seemed like a really nice guy. And we are a videographer down again. So our new videographer who started at the beginning of the year, it hasn't worked out. It happens. It wasn't a great match. Yeah, it just didn't quite gel with who we are and what we're trying to do, which is fine, you know, it's absolutely fine. It happens. We're very used to it. So what you can expect in the interim period, we don't want to rush it. We want to find the right person. So what you can expect in the interim is a bit more of me vlogging on this little camera, taking you around, showing you what I'm doing. As the year started with, Ben's going to be, so he's still fairly flat out on the editing workload, and then he will pop out to a couple of sites, so we'll still bring you some site content, but we're going to be a little bit stretched. We are also looking at bolstering our media team for Chelsea. As you know, we've got one build confirmed, and actually where I'm on my way to now is to see Mark Gregory at Landform Consultants. Mark has been sent another project to build at this year's Chelsea. It's not a show garden and it's not a trade stand, but it's like an RHS special exhibition, and they haven't got capacity for it, and he has decided that he reckons it's a good opportunity for me and a good opportunity for Hardwood. It's a big step up for us. It's something that the spotlight will very much be on us for, so it's a real opportunity to show what we are capable of. So yeah, very exciting, but I'm heading up to meet the designer at Landform now with Mark and sort of hopefully iron out the last little details, get everything signed and confirmed, and then we can hit the ground running with the organisation of it all, because Chelsea is not very far away, so we're going to have to be pretty proactive to make this work. In the meantime, while I carry on my drive, I'm going to flick you over to just down the road to our local pub and to show you what the guys are building for them and our new advertising space.
Afternoon, folks. Morning, folks. Having a little pit stop here at the yard. Messed up a cut, so we've had to come back and retrieve the last sleeper to finish off what we're doing down at the pub.
Harry lives by the golden rule of measure once, cut twice.
I know, I asked Andy, do you mind just double
no.
checking it? And he said, nah, it's fine. I was like, okay, cool. Cut it. Obviously it's wrong.
Well, I said to Harry, the measurement is 173.5. He then said, what's that measurement again? I went 173.5. He's like, do you want to double check it? No, I don't want to double check it because I know it's 173.5. Harry goes and cuts it, put it in place. What's this then, Harry? 138.5.
No, it was 137.5. Easily confused, you know, easily confused.
Anyway,
Anyone would get that wrrong.
these things happen.
Yep.
Luckily, we've got an abundance of sleepers. They're pretty
Ropey.
ropey, but the thing is, it's recycling and reusing. Little job for the pub, little freebie. So it's actually, it's quite good to reuse this stuff really, rather than it all just being burnt. And actually, once they're sanded up and painted, it'll be all right, won't it?
Yep.
I think it'll be all right. Bosh. We are in Allfold, just
Loxford.
Loxwood?
Yeah.
We are in Loxwood, close to our
HQ.
HQ, yeah. It is just a small job, this one. It's nothing too taxing or hard to sort out. It's a job that I think Ollie wanted to do sort of for the pub as a little local job. So like all the materials and the labour are free. And we're going to use it as a bit of advertising, a bit of a chance to advertise locally as well. So I think Jay, head of maintenance, is going to have a little maintenance sign here. So hopefully when people come past, they can see a nice rustic planter, planted out beautifully, well maintained. They'll go, boom, that's the company we want to come and maintain our garden.
We basically just levelled the old ropey, rotten sign planted area, and then have just come in, built a nice rectangle sleeper bed, stacked it up, 2 different heights, so terraced it in the middle. We've got the DPM in the middle to waterproof the sleepers, and then now we're just chucking the capping on, coach bolts in, and then we're gonna just clean it all and spray it black, put the sign up, and then our lovely Jay's gonna come and put some pretty plants in. So it's all gonna come together, have a nice plaque built by Hardwood Landscapes probably, and yeah, should hopefully be a nice advertisement of what kind of work we do. Hopefully people will want us in their garden, so yeah.
We had 2 award-winning landscapers actually that have won an award this year for a garden that we built 2024. So yeah, no, it's nice to work with Harry. We don't often work. He's been down in Lewis for what, a couple of months. I've been up at Godalming, bit of a job in Reading as well last week. So yeah, it's nice to work together. We get on well. We bicker, don't we?
Yeah, that's a good laugh.
Good laugh. We bicker a lot, but we keep each other on our toes. And yeah, it's nice. It's like my little brother, basically. A little annoying brother.
Known Andy a few years now. Pioneer in the landscaping scene. Love his work. Love his efficiency. Yeah, we've built some lovely gardens together, but can't always keep. I guess you can't keep the two good things together. You try and split that up and get two efficient teams running. But yeah, it's nice to recuperate with Andy, work like old times, have a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh, annoy each other. We've had it because obviously me and Andy are working on the side of the road here. All the women come past and stall their cars because they get nervous.
And Harry gave him a little wry smile, they'll just suddenly drive off.
Yeah, well.
Really good seeing all of that coming together. The guys are doing a great job. The weather unfortunately has taken a turn and we've gone into pretty wet weather for the rest of the week, it looks like. So we're not going to be able to paint all of that timber, which was the plan. So we're going to have to go back when things dry up. My meeting with Mark and Max went really well over at Landform, and yeah, pretty amazing to confirm that Hardwood are doing another build at Chelsea this year. Now it's an RHS sort of special exhibition. It's not a show garden, but to give you a bit of an idea as to what we've said yes to, a main avenue show garden is about 220 square metres. What we have said yes to is about 450 square metres. So it is the biggest single thing at Chelsea Flower Show this year. So it's going to be amazing to put our name to. It's going to be amazing working with Max, who's a fantastic up and coming designer. So hopefully we will be a great combination of energy and sort of passion and resource to make this pretty special. So I will update you with details as they come in, and of course make sure you stay tuned to this vlog because we will be taking you behind the scenes at Chelsea, something we are really looking forward to. If you followed this channel for a while, you will recognise this job. We haven't been over to this Farnham project for a while whilst we've waited for the stone to turn up from the quarry. But we're heading back to site now, so thank you to our clients for being so patient. Jack and Harry are on site. We're going to go catch up with them.
We're in Farnham today on Friday afternoon. Bit of a moody afternoon, bit grey. Potential rain coming in. But yeah, back at this job in Farnham. Lovely job. We were doing in late August, September time. Basically just finishing off what we had started. We had a bit of a delay with the capping stones, so we had to pull off and come back when we could fit it back in basically, but it's looking really cool. It's nice to pull back up at a job that you've done and forgot about and think, oh, that looks awesome. Clients are happy, but I think they're glad to have us back and have it wrapped up. So I just got myself and Jack here today. We're basically just getting set up for next week pretty much, when Jack and Andy can come and finish it off. Also got the guys in green. We've got the maintenance team here as well today. So 3 hardwood vehicles on the driveway. But yeah, me and Jack are pretty much just loading out, getting ready to smash next week before the rain comes this afternoon, pretty much. So I'm on the tipper, loading up the wheelbarrows, and Jack is on the other side.
And I'm doing all the hard work. We're just loading up the sand onto the boards, ready to go for next week. We've got all of these lovely stones, natural quarried stone. Basically taking these out and plopping them on the walls as like a dry lay, so we know roughly where the stones are going to go. We've got quite a lot left over on the pallets, which is nice because it means that if we find stones that we don't like, we can swap them out. We've also got the stairs to build, which is going to be a bit more of a higgledy-piggledy sort of pattern when it goes down. But yeah, basically just making sure that we've got enough, making sure that it's all going to sit together nicely in a decent pattern, and then when we come in on Monday we can just start laying straight away, because if everything's where it's meant to be, then we can just start popping them straight down.
And that was Robin. We've made it out of the office. We didn't go for lunch in the end because it was all just too busy and we had too much work to do, so we had lunch together, but we didn't go out. But yeah, as you know, we're going to talk about you, Robin. So as you know, Robin is my younger sister, my youngest sibling. And she's currently been working for me for how long? Since September. So I'm going to let you know what she's doing and how we're doing it, and the world of YouTube can judge whether it's a fair deal or not. So Robin, I guess similarly to me at that stage, coming out of school, wasn't entirely sure what she wanted to do, hasn't gone to uni, so wanted to come and get a bit of experience. So came and jumped in the office, had exposure to Gregson Homes hardwoods, and told her about the trucks and what her potential involvement could be. She decided that Gregson Homes is what she was most interested in. I gave her 6 months on a salary, not a big one, just to cover keeping her head up. Put her through her training courses. So we got some good online courses through Property Edge that we paid full whack for. So she's been going through those, and so she spent the last 6 months basically learning everything that she needs to learn to perform her new role within Gregson Homes. She had the comfort of a salary and security of a salary while she's learning, but she's been given a deadline. So she goes away in when? March?
End of March.
She goes away in the end of March. So when she comes back from that holiday, she's no longer employed. She'll be employed by Gregson Homes, but she's no longer on a salary. So she is on commission structure only. So she's had 6 months to learn and build her network and build her confidence, build her skill sets, build the systems she needs to deliver everything she needs to deliver. And now she is going to be put to the test and on a commission structure. So is that fair? I think it's very fair. It's given her incentives. She can earn significantly more through the commission structure, but she has to earn the company money before she can earn money. Yes, she is my sister, so I had the obligation to help her, but I don't want to drag her along and just give her a comfortable 9 to 5 where she never really has to do anything. I don't want her to, yes, I want to give her an opportunity, but I don't want her to just capitalise off the last 7, 8, 9 years of me working for myself and going through all the time in the trenches and the struggles that come with getting a new business off the ground. So she's got to be exposed to that world. She's got to learn that for her to make that commission, it's not a 9 to 5, and the more she puts in, the more potential she has to get out of it. So that's what we're going for. It's also a pretty big day, spin you round, because Baloo, who I've spoken about before, that spaniel, being one of the key motivators all those years ago for me starting to work for myself, was so I could get a dog, and today is his birthday. Not only have our landscaping teams headed back over to that Farnham site, but our maintenance has also started there again. We're getting the garden ready to go as the first signs of spring pop up after what's been a pretty long winter.
Back at Farnham. I haven't been here for the last 3 months, so it was time to get ready for spring. This is the type of garden where there wasn't much to do. During the winter we weren't needed, and so it wasn't worthwhile the client paying us to come and, I don't know, do nothing. Before winter we did a general tidy up, a tidy down, cutting things down. But what we've done for most of the gardens is actually all the perennial stuff, where we can, we've left it over the winter to provide homes and little ecosystems for bugs and whatever that's going to be all good for the garden. So this time of year, we're now into getting those things now cut back down to the ground where needed, which Solly's been doing over there for me this morning, and doing quite a good job, I have to say. Well done, Solly. So yeah, it's about cutting all those things down, getting the garden ready, because spring is just around the corner. The other thing I've been doing is cutting away at this wisteria on the wall. It's a good time to do it. It's dormant, but it's just about producing some buds ready to flower for the year. We do it twice a year, kind of this time, February-ish, and again in August. At the same time, I'm trying to look at the structure and try and detangle it a little bit. It's one of those jobs, wisteria, you have to have a lot of patience to do it. It takes a lot of time, just slowly but carefully tidying up that plant. there are a couple of things which I would like to point out to camera, which I would very much like people not to do in their own gardens. And it's this old use of wire. Wires are useful when they're holding something back, but you have to be very, very careful not to wrap it all the way around a stem or a branch, because what ends up happening is it strangles all the way up. And so this piece here has actually been wound all the way along, and if you can look in here for me, you will see an indentation here where the plant is actually being constricted. And if I try now to uncover all of this, you'll see the line of constriction running all the way up into that stem. And if you look here, it's actually cutting into the stem. By cutting into the stem, you're cutting off the phloem and the xylem, which is a movement of sugars and water through the plant, and eventually that can actually kill that particular stem branch, and actually on this it could kill almost the whole top of it. So there is Jay's tip of the week. Be careful of your wires.
Before I sign off from this episode, we're going to take you over to see a very special member of the Hardwood team, someone who hasn't featured in the vlogs for a while, but you guys all left some very lovely comments when we said he wouldn't be with us. Some of the Hardwood guys have gone over to see Sam in hospital. It's really lovely to see a company culture where the guys genuinely care about each other. So let's go and have a quick catch up with Sam and see how he's getting on.
Saturday today, and here I am at the Royal Surrey Hospital. Oh, there it is, you can just see it. We're actually here to visit Sam. Sam, member of the maintenance team, well loved by everybody in Hardwood. Obviously we know that he's in hospital. He had to come back to hospital again this week, so I thought it would be really important that he still knows that he's valued, loved by everybody. Thought it'd be really important to come and give him a visit, so let's go and see him. Hello Sam.
Hello, hello.
How are we feeling?
Feeling better than I have done for a few days anyway.
And where are we today?
Today we're in Royal Surrey.
And what are we doing in Royal Surrey?
We are recovering from a bowel tangulation, I suppose you could call it.
A tangulation?
That's alright. Yeah. Bowel got tangled, so I had to come in for an emergency. You know.
So can we have a quote of the day?
We'll bring back a classic. As per situation, make sure to call 999 before 999 call you.
It's fantastic to see Sam looking so well in hospital, and his recovery is all going well. I cannot wait to get him back on the ground as part of Hardwood. We're all looking forward to seeing you very soon. That's it. That's us all done. Thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to see you next week. Of course, make sure you drop a like and a subscribe under the video. You'll also find the link to donate to our charity partner, which is the Campaign Against Living Miserably, and a discount code for you all to go and buy your own big boots.